Welcome to a beautifully sunny, not very windy Medill's Farm in Koimarama here in Auckland for today's ISPS Handa men's Premiership game between the home team Eastern Suburbs and Waitakere United, a big Auckland derby. Alongside me, Miles Davis here in commentary, is Bonnie Jansen, who's a bit of a local lady, aren't you, Bonnie?
A bit of a local from Wellington, but I am a Suburbs player for the last 3 years and also media person. It's great to be here.
Well, there you go, media person and commentator as well. We'll have a little bit of a look at the sides for you shortly. As I said, the conditions are just magnificent out here, and Bonnie, normally there's a fair bit of wind, but today just a gentle breeze.
No, definitely surprised to be down here, and there's not
just quickly the side up here. We've got Daniel Drake in goal. We've got Thomas, Kalua, Thurston, Sinclair, Drake again, Bright, Gray, Hoyle, Sabo and Strong. Hoani Edwards, the coach, and a reasonable bit of talent there, young talent on the bench. For the Waitakere side, they've had a few changes. Waitakere, I think, forced by injury to certain numbers of their players, especially defensively. Nick Draper in goal, Duncan Snell, Gariga Gibert, one of my favourite names, Sam Burfoot, the skipper, Grieve, Zorisic, Vandenhoven, Redfern, Milicic and Crom, and the coach, of course, Paul Hobson. And you noticed, you mentioned before, Bonnie, that Leon Vandenhoven has become a traitor and run away from Eastern Suburbs and gone to Waitakere.
Ex-Suburbs player, yes. We saw him play for us over in Papua New Guinea in the OFC Champions League, so sad to see him out there in a different kit today. Yeah,
well, you know, you've got to try and keep neutral as you can with this commentary. Our referee today is Calvin Berg. His assistant referees Reza Al-Rabia and Ashley Wilson, as we see the sides coming out. Nice to see. Look at those little mascots. There's a couple of real tiny ones there. Make sure they don't get lost under someone's feet. And the experience that Stephen Hoyle there, who'll be leading the line for Eastern Suburbs. The team's lining up for the usual pre-match rituals. So the referees never seem to get a mascot today. What do you reckon? So, Bonnie, we should have referees, getting a mascot as well, so that we can make them more human.
Mini referees.
Yeah,
those aspiring to become a referee, if not a footballer.
Why not, with a little kit on? And good to see, I've got to say, and I suppose it depends on what kit the teams are wearing, but good to see the referees in black. I'm an old traditionalist. I like to see the old referee in black. At least you know which one to start sort of blaming for your team's defeat. Here we go now, the two skippers, Burfoot and Thomas, lining up. Difference in size there between the two of them. And Adam Thomas, who had a traumatic career really, he was out, really bad knee injury, then hips and other parts of his anatomy went failing. 6 years he missed of football, which is a hell of a long time to be out. So it's great to see him back out there playing at the top level in New Zealand at the moment. A little bit of the usual team pre-match gathering going on between these two sides. Eastern Suburbs will be looking to close the gap on the top of the table. They've had 2 wins, a good 4-0 win last week against the Wellington Phoenix Reserves. Waitakere, a mixed season, 4-0 away at Canterbury, first game of the season, followed by a shock upset really, a 4-1 home defeat to the Wellington Phoenix Reserves, and a last gasp 2-2 draw they snatched against Team Wellington last weekend. How do you think Eastern Suburbs have been going, Bonnie, in terms of what's expected of them? Because they're looked as one of the prospects to win this title.
Yeah, no, they've definitely had a good start to the season. It was tough coming against, reigning champions Auckland City. So I think that was tough on them, tough loss. But since that match, they've taken it in their stride and they're growing each week.
And interesting to see at the back here, it looks as if Leon Vandenhoven's going to be playing at the right side at the moment, the way they're lining up, of a back 3. 3-4. Well, we're going to be a 3-4-1-2 for Waitakere, 4-3-3 the usual for Eastern Suburbs so far this season. And expect Eastern Suburbs to play a bit of a pressing game, especially in the midfield. They tend to hurry you up and don't give you too much time on the ball. It'll be interesting to see if Waitakere can find their way through that press and release their two really pacey, nippy front men in Josh Redfern, making his first start of the season, I believe, and Alex Grieve, who's been very, very impressive so far. And the Thurston, or a little bit flash there from Campbell Strong, playing a little bit of the Flash Harry early on. And again, we're seeing a lot of this playing out from the back from goalkeepers. Daniel Drake there. And we expect to see Stephen Hoyle holding it up. As you can see, though, the wind, although it's only a mild one, it's going to cause a few problems. I can see that already, and in fact, it seems to have been picking up. Has it always been an issue here? I mean, you've been here 3 years now, Bonnie. Has it always been an issue?
Yeah, no, you definitely don't expect much less down here at Medills. It is normally a big contributor in the match. Probably will be today as well.
And Campbell Strong being adjudged by the referee of having put the bit of an elbow in the back there. So free kick to Waitakere. Sam Burford to take it, takes it quickly, whips it down the outside to Zoricic, knocking it back. Obviously the son of Chris Zoricic. That's a lovely ball knocked through there to Gariga. And maybe a corner there. Yes, they managed to pinch a corner early on, and I don't think I'd fancy being a goalkeeper in these conditions with the wind swirling around, although there doesn't seem to be too much big timber in there from Waitakere. And Kalua clearing it. Oh, dearie me, a lovely, not a bad little effort there, but well judged. I'll give him the benefit of the doubt there to Daniel Drake, that he judged that particularly well. Kalua, not usually a back four player, is he, Bonnie?
No, we usually see him out in the fullback, but today, yeah, and at centre back, I think he's too good to have on the bench, and we've got some strong fullbacks in the side this season.
Strong getting quite a few touches early on in this game so far. Skipper Thomas knocking it forward, and Vandenhoven slipping more into that central area, although they do seem to have quite a few players dropping back to help out. Nick Milicic playing down at the left side, and it looks like Crom in the middle. And Zoricic playing out here wide right. Again, always, this is part of the modern game. Not just the keepers getting a lot more touches normally than the centre forward, but at their feet, not just in their hands. And talking to centre forwards is Hoyle, who's going to be bustling and aggressive all day, and they'll be looking for him. This is a young boy Grieve, who's I've been really impressed with him so far this season. Bit of a snapshot, sort of quick crossing there from Zoricic, not quite finding his mark. Robbie Sabo, what do you know about Robbie Sabo?
Robbie Sabo, he is one of the Olay imports down from Wellington, but was on the bench the first match, and now here he is, and he's earned his starting spot. He's had a great season so far.
Yeah, quite a big influence, Olay Academy. I don't think we can underestimate it on New Zealand football and the National League. And a free kick, always lucky to get away with that. Don't be a naughty boy. The old skipper trying to get rid of it. He's wearing a bandage on his hand. He had a bit of a dislocation issue last week. Managed to carry on playing after a bit of treatment. Here is Robbie Sabo. Yeah, the Olay Academy down there, linked of course with Western Suburbs down in Wellington, and my spiritual hometown Wellington. And Sean Bright here. I'll be interested now. Is Sean Bright related to Chris Bright? Do you know?
I couldn't tell you.
Couldn't tell? Well, I'm going to have to ask him then, aren't I? Campbell Strong knocking it in, and yeah, been very busy bustling, and perhaps because the wind is blowing the ball to this side of the pitch, perhaps he's going to see more than he'd normally do. Christian Gray there, and Sean Bright holding that spot in the middle of the park there with Reed Drake. Can I ask another related question about relatives? Is he related to Daniel Drake?
Yes, he is related, and they're very cute to see around the club. They're very close.
Are they brothers or cousins?
Brothers.
Yeah.
Brothers. They're brothers and best friends. I've never really
cool.
seen siblings get along as well as they do. So.
Yeah, they must be adopted or something then. Look at this. I mean, I love to see it. If I was a coach, I might have the odd heart attack, but it is encouraging seeing goalkeepers almost on the halfway line being the playmaker. Good challenge going in there from Sabo, who's obviously been given the licence to push up on this left-hand side and support his midfield. And that's gone the way of Waitakere. A throw. So just sussing each other out at the moment, waiting to get this game underway. Zoricic laying it back now to Van den Hoven, who definitely looks like he's dropped in to the right side of the defence with Andrew Crom, who normally takes that position. I'm not sure what Dane Snell was trying there, but whatever it was, it didn't work. Expect to see Snell making a lot of inroads into that penalty area, making runs into there, helping out his front two. Yeah, this wind's going to be a real issue, I think, for these players, but the home players will be used to it. Fair enough too. Campbell strong with a challenge worthy of his name. Thomas laying it down at the sideline, but again, just running away. And it might take a little bit of a while, Bonnie, for these players to get used to these conditions, to adapt to this wind.
Yeah, like you said, it is windy, and I probably didn't expect anything else as soon as the whistle blew.
It was, because it was quite. You were commenting actually that you were surprised that it seemed reasonably calm, but
yeah, it was still all the lead up, and now here we are.
They just wanted to give you the commentator's curse early on. So Crom knocking it wide to Zoricic, he's cutting inside, and he just loses control. There's Zoricic, just finding his feet at the moment. That's a couple of times in there, but he's won it back. He's done well, persistent there. Apparently, by all accounts, got a good future in the game, as young Zoricic, as did his father. And another one, son of over there with Nick Milicic, son of that's a beautiful bit of play there by Daniel Drake, son of the director of football of Waitakere, Chris Milicic. Holding up well there, Adam Thurston. Spent a bit of time at the Manchester United Academy, was at Preston North End for a while, playing as part of a front three today, but as all wide men on the front three know. And again here, anyone had any more touches than Daniel Drake? And now they're desperate. Oh, look at this. That's extracted the Michael, and he could pay for it. Oh, Garriga, he's flipped it over. And they'll be expecting to have done a little bit better than that. They opened up. That was really unselfish from Garriga there. You must have, as an Eastern Suburbs player, and yeah, we can open up, Bonnet. You're a supporter. You'd have had your heart in your mouth there.
Yeah, I was impressed by Daniel and his feet, but yeah, good opportunity for Waitak there. They had us under pressure.
And Dane Snell, as I said, making that run in there, and that was really unselfish from Garriga. Looked like Thomas in there making a strong challenge, and a lovely ball through for Hoyle. Can he cut inside? Can he create something? Strong bit of defending there though from Andrew Crom there in the middle, snuffing out the Eastern Suburbs threat. Drake knocks it wide, Hoyle, and cleared again by Crom. I'd imagine, I'm looking at this as Eastern Suburbs being slight favourites in this one. There's a few injuries in the Waitakere side. They've changed their personnel quite a bit so far this season. Eastern Suburbs, apart from injuries, have they been reasonably, I think, as you're saying, Robbie Sabo's made his way into the side, and you've obviously missing a couple of centre halves. That was a golden opportunity there, which I'm sure that that I think it was Christian Gray that was up there then. I'm sure that he'd have been a bit disappointed he didn't get more purchase on that one. Not to say that he would have scored, but he was totally unmarked, Bonnie.
I know. I think we're just warming up into this game, really. Yeah, like you said, I think we were coming into this match as the favourites, but Waitakere, they put the pressure on us in those first 10 minutes.
Oh, yeah, that's a bit tough for the Zoricic to try and control that one. Quick throw from Thurston. Foul throw from Thurston. Not often they get picked up. There's plenty of them around. You can watch the Premier League, it happens a lot of the time, but very rarely gets picked up. Bit of a jostle going on there on that side. Redfern, who's the youngster who came on and scored a almost last-minute equaliser against Team Wellington last week. He'll be looking to make the most of this start, and he gets in again. Burfoot missing out the challenge though, but it is won by Van den Hoven, who's going to look wide now. And knock it over, I think it's Jack Duncan on the far side. Nice little flick down the line, Redfern chasing after it, and he has got a lot of pace, Redfern, so it'll be interesting if they, as does Grieve, this is going to cost them soon. I thought Burfoot was looking as if he wanted to have a first time crack at that, realising the goalkeeper was out, but just couldn't quite get his foot round it, so decided to hold it up, and eventually they've lost the ball. And trying to put their foot on the ball, get a bit of control. Hoyle now holding it up. But again, the ball being lost. Yeah, I think that Grieve and Redfern could cause a few issues at the back there, but the person who's causing the most issues at the moment is Daniel Drake, although they keep giving him the ball, Bonnie. But is this his normal style of play?
It is his normal style of play, as well as the rest of the club. We like to use the keeper as much as we can in the match. But yeah, hats off to Waitakere, who are definitely reading that style of play today.
And you can see both ends desperate to chase down the goalkeeper, because they know the goalkeeper's going to take a touch and be involved in the game. So every time the ball goes back, you see it at both ends that they close them down and put a bit of pressure on them.
Yeah, for sure. It's becoming more common in modern football these days, as you said.
Redfern takes it down, knocked back by Zoricic, and now back to Van den Hoven. He'll probably be back to the keeper before we know it. There we go. Nick Draper, the Englishman, in goal for Waitakere. Another strong challenge from Strong there. He's certainly putting himself about today.
Yeah, well, last week Strong saw himself on the bench, and Daniel Edwards started over him, so I think he'll be wanting to prove his spot out there today. And
there we go, there's that ball over the top for Grieve inside to Redfern, and he just couldn't quite take it, and that could end up being a bit of luck, and it is. And a great thing there, Jack Duncan following, backing up his front three, or two and one there. Still having a crack at it and slicing it and leaving it for Duncan, who finishes, and it goes in off the far post. And we have a pitch invasion of a dog, a lovely sort of black lab. Does anyone own him? Or is he just coming on as a sub?
Not the first time we've seen that down in Madeira.
Yeah, for a rather fortuitous goal. Landing to Jack Duncan, who managed to put it away. And I don't know how much of that was due to the wind, but I think it was just one of those things, back quickly. They knew it was on, but couldn't quite get the pass through. And it'll be interesting to see the two centre, Christian Gray and Kelvin Kalua, chasing it after those two. I think Kalua looks as if he's got a fair bit of pace from what I've seen of him in a couple of previous games. Oh dear, bumped off the referee, but the referee's let it go this time, because I think it just went from Burfoot to him and back to Burfoot, so he's let it go. Redfern out wild, and Burfoot making a big run wide. Redfern really could have the opportunity to go inside, but they've ended up getting a corner off of, who's that chasing back for them? Robbie Sabo chasing back and blocking Burfoot's cross. I think Redfern actually had a chance to cut inside there, but a lot of these really young players, they tend to do the simple basic things rather than try and be too flash until they've established themselves in the side. Duncan coming over here now to, you can see the ball doesn't want, there's a slight slope down that corner of the pitch by the look of it. Burfoot, not the best cross that he'll ever make. Plenty of time now for Zorosic to set it up. Burfoot to Vandenhoven. Grieve, who's a very, as I've mentioned, a tricky character. Very impressive young player. Lovely one in there, lovely ball for Reed Drake, spreading it wide now. Thomas knocking the ball through, back to Drake, can he cut it back? Oh, good interception again from Crom, because Stephen Hoyle was waiting there for that to come in, and it would have been good night Nurse. And Snell now, can he set one of them away? He's going to go wide, I think, here to Zorosic. Zorosic trying to push, taking a bit of time. He's giving it a little chip over the top, looking for Redfern. He may have been offside. What do you reckon, Bonnie? Would you have given him offside there?
Oh no, it looked onside to me, but I was just thinking how much they like that back post.
Well, it's something that Eastern Suburbs have got to start looking at. They've been caught out there once already, and they're going to need to be mindful of it. And here's Strong now, beautifully put through by Hoyle. Has he got a left foot? No, he hasn't. That's why he tried it with his right. And a nice little effort, but really that's a left foot chip if ever there was one.
That should have been a left foot goal.
And it was a lovely ball from Hoyle. Hoyle's going to try and see if he can do it himself now. Ooh, another good block. Sean Bright, and another strong challenge there from Burfoot. And here we go. This is the one, but well done from Drake there. He snuffed that out all on his own. That was really well done, because Alex Greaves very fast, and that was a good first time ball through. I could see Bonnie starting to panic and think it's going to be 2-0.
Getting worried, but Eastern Suburbs do have the strength, being a very fit side, thanks to Sun Singh, our strength and conditioning coach. So we'll hopefully see them last the 90 minutes. Okay, well, then.
We've seen a hell of a lot of this season already, late goals, like a lot of late goals. And apparently you were telling me there were 2 more today between Wellington Phoenix Reserves and Hamilton Wanderers, was it?
Yes, Wellington Phoenix. I had our head coach, Hoani Edwards, come and tell me that the Wellington Phoenix had won 1-0, but no, late goal for Hamilton, 1-1.
So 2 goals in injury time there.
Yeah.
We saw an equaliser last week in injury time for Waitakere against Team Wellington.
It's great to see that, though, isn't it?
Oh, I mean, I think Team Wellington scored in the 89th and 88th minute in their first 2 games. It is. It means that the teams are playing right through to the final whistle, which is great to see. Although coaches might be saying that they're conceding those goals, surely we can hold out for another minute. I don't think Robbie Sabo's going to get that unless he gets a pair of stilts. Zorosic into a Grieve. Back to Zorosic now. Is he going to look for that far post again? No, he's going to go back and to Vandenhoven and set it up. Always try to switch it there. Maybe he's forgotten what team he's playing for there, Leon. And that could cause a few problems there. Kingsley Sinclair, who hasn't been overly much involved in the game yet. There we go. Just as I mentioned, he gets another touch, playing a couple of 1-2s with the skipper down on that right-hand side. And Drake involved again with Hall and given offside. And Hall was looking there. If that had been cut back, it would have been lovely for him, but wouldn't have counted.
Yeah.
Flag went up for offside. Stephen Hall's starting to get involved a lot more in the game now, isn't he? I mean, he's always strong holding the ball up, laying it off, but he's starting to play a lot more with the ball in front of him now and link with his other players.
Yeah, no, he's doing well up there, and I think, as you said, he's warming up to the game, and him and Adam Thurston work really well together up the top.
Here's Zoricic now having a crack, and he's got a corner off of Sabo. So 1-0 at the moment to Waitakere, a 15th minute Jack Duncan goal. The difference. Blustery conditions here, which is making it tough to control the ball. Oh, he's going to make him take it again. Oh, come on, we can let that one go. We're all friends here. Look, is it me, or is it my? I know I'm getting old, my eyesight's going, Bonnie, but is there a slope, especially down in that little corner there? There's
definitely a slope, and I think Waitakere were just trying to prove that to the referees there, but not a good host from Medill and Eastern Suburbs, is it?
No, it's not. But a nice corner knocked in there at the near post, and Gerard Garriga getting his head on it, but just about a yard wide. And here's Hoyle again with the hold-up play, looking to involve his teammates. Back to Kalua, and again back to Drake, who's probably playing more. He's done more as an outfielder than he's done as a goalkeeper so far. He's working really hard. I hope they're paying him twice. That was a lovely little turn there, and I didn't quite get away with it, but they managed to salvage it. Lovely little turn from Kingsley Sinclair. Oh, lovely cut inside from Sabo. Hoyle's calling for it in the middle, and he's going to make that as well. I thought that was hit too hard, but Hoyle's worked hard to pick it up, keep the attack going. He's trying to pick something out there. He was blocked in. Thurston inside. Bright. Oh, what a lovely 1-2 again. Hoyle involved in that, and they're starting to look a bit dangerous now. That link up between those three, between Hoyle, Bright, and Drake, looking quite good there, Bonnie.
Yeah, no, I think we could have expected this, them warming up to the game, and they're doing just that.
Yeah, I mentioned about, I think it was Campbell Strong who had that opportunity before. You've really got to work on your bad foot and be confident on your bad foot in this game. If you want to achieve anything, you've got to do it. And I've coached kids for 30 years, and that's one of the things I always work on your bad foot. They don't all do it. They don't, but you see the difference in the game and the confidence of players that do. And Campbell Strong there, obviously, even you were screaming for the left foot to be used.
Yeah, no, for sure. And I think at this level, you should really expect players to be using both feet just as strong.
I've watched international games and Premier League games, and you can see straight away if they haven't got it, the way they try and turn themselves inside out just to get on their good foot. Hoyle again having a very strong game so far. Vandenhoven being closed down by Thurston there, but it's back to Draper. Oh dear, a bit of kung fu there from Adam Thomas, but just gets caught, but gets the free kick. Much to the disappointment by Duncan there. He didn't believe that he'd done anything wrong, but the referee's decision is final. And a free kick in a handy position. Very handy position. You see these ones all the time at danger, and holding a high line, but that leaves a nice gap there in between it. If you can time your run and get a good delivery in there between the goalkeeper and the edge of the area, an opportunity to attack the ball, and always harder to clear it when you're running towards your own goal. And it's knocked in, a little flick, but I was giving it there. I thought it went the other way, referee, but you're a lot closer than I am. What did you think, Bonnie?
You know, I didn't think that was a corner, and
No.
I think Christian Gray should have got on the end of that.
Yeah, there you are. She's a harsh commentator. There. She's club mate and sort of friend of most of these players here, and been very harsh in her criticism. And Eastern Suburbs here in a very blustery conditions now, with the corner trying to peg back. Hoyle's dropped back, giving it a little flick on. And now is there going to be a quick break? But there's Grieve is up there, but it's been intercepted by Strong, who was waiting on the halfway line for him. Kalu is still up there from the set piece, holding the ball between his legs. That's a dangerous thing to do, young man. I'd let go of it if I was you. Almost made it. And a throw to Waitakere. Yeah, you're a braver man than me if you're going to hold the ball between your legs like that, with the opposition gathering around you with angry looks on their faces.
I'm surprised the ref didn't call that. I thought that wasn't allowed.
I think he was just letting it go, see how it played, and there's a lovely turn again, Galur, but that's a bit unfortunate there. I thought that was a good, strong challenge, and it does seem to be, referee Calvin Berg does seem to be picking up a lot of these free kicks that often get let go in the ISPS Handa Premiership in New Zealand. There's been a lot of what I would call soft free. I'm not saying that they aren't fouls, but in this league normally they're not fouls, Bonnie.
No, I agree with you, and I think it's great to see referees when they just let it play and only call the necessary ones.
Duncan's whipped it in, and Hall's doing the work at the other end of the field this time, managing to get it clear. Who's making the run for him down the line? Come on. It's the oldest one in the book, but no, they don't want to take the quick one. Greaves leaving it now for Zoricic. Laying it in, held up by Schnell and Grieve, but not getting past Christian Gray there in the middle. That's flicked by Burfoot, but not finding one of his teammates. Thurston pointing to where he wanted to give it, and Sinclair dropped all the way back. Nice little turn there from Burfoot, who's extremely experienced. The Waitakere skipper, Vanden Hoven, and he's released Zoricic now. Looked to fainted to put the cross in. It's back to Burfoot now. We're going to see one whipped in now. No, a little chip for Grieve. He's made it. Unlucky. Did really well there to try and keep that in, but just with the wind, you can hear Paul Hobson shouting away at his team down there. The Waitakere United coach, who's on the bench to our left here from the commentary position. We're nicely tucked on halfway. I've got to say, this is of the 4 games I've done in the last 3 weeks, this is the best position for commentary.
Prime viewing, isn't it?
Yeah, and I do believe that we have got a security clearance for my bulk to be on here, which we didn't have when we were at Western Springs at Seddon Fields when Chris Milicic and I were in commentary, and we found out that the limit was 225 kilos, and we probably had that between us, and there was 2 cameramen, 2 production crew, and lots of gear on there as well. So we had to move to the club rooms next week. Robbie Sabo looking for a line ball, but Hoyle again making the run. I like Hoyle so far today. He's my sort of centre forward. He works hard, chases people down, makes runs, gets back and helps out in defence, and it doesn't look as if he's sworn at any of his teammates yet, which is quite rare for a centre forward who's working so hard without much reward.
You know, we call Stephen Hoyle the bald horse down here at Eastern Suburbs.
Because of his work rate.
Yeah.
I hope that's what we call him that for. Alex Grieve dropping back though, so Ian Schnell now pushing up, and they know it's going to go back to Drake. And Drake to Drake. A bit of brotherly love there. That looked like a free kick to me, but we'll let that one go. Thurston looking for the turn. Plays it into Sinclair, who's looking for Hoyle over the top. That looked like that looked like a shove to me, and then it's got away. See, but that's what we're used to. Those ones you let them go. But I'm not surprised that Hoyle's a little bit disappointed at seeing some of the free kicks that we've given earlier, and he got a bit of a shove there. I mean, that looked like it should have been a free kick. Yeah,
no, considering the calls earlier, you would think so, but personally, I thought play on. I thought Stephen took a little dive there.
Yeah, I mean, I'm all for shoulder to shoulder, but when you start using your hands and arms, And the balls got out. Zorosic couldn't keep it in. 2 balls on the pitch at one time. The referee should have stopped that, but we'll let it go because the ball was miles away, not really interfering with play. Campbell strong in the middle of the park, playing a 1-2 with his skipper Adam Thomas out there. Kalua back to Drake again, who's looking. Come on, have a little run with it, son. Come on, you can do it. Here he goes. Knew it. I could feel it in my bones. It was going to do that one. He wants an assist. You see, Bonnie. That's a handball there from Grieve. Yeah. He wants at least an assist, if not a goal.
He does, and that's another clash in this squad. Suburbs have 2 very strong keepers with Andrew Withers on the bench, so each week Daniel, another one that's having to prove his spot out there. And
that's always good. It's always good for a coach to have those decisions to make, and it's good for the players, the incumbents, because it puts pressure on it, it forces them to perform. And a mistake there from Van den Hoven. And Thurston nipping in, but Van den Hoven did really well to go, and he's injured himself here, he's hurt himself here. I don't know whether it's his shoulder, arm, or something seems to have gone here as he's gone down. He did so well there getting back. Well. That was he slipped up, made a mistake. Was he all right now? He looked like he was in a lot of pain there. I was looking at this as being a carrying off on a stretcher routine, but now there he is. He's back up and again, and that's a mere flesh wound. It's a mere flesh wound, says young Leon.
Good on Leon.
But he did well there, didn't he?
Very well.
I can see you're torn there, Bonnie, because you obviously got, he's an ex-Suburbs player. We've all got an affection for him, and you've got it in this part of the world.
I think it's great to see him in a different position. I wonder if, in the back line is his new spot.
Yeah, I think that they normally would play him in the middle of the park, but it's obviously shown his versatility, and the more positions you can play, it sometimes could be handy, sometimes be a curse, because they... And Crom coming through strongly there, looking again for Redfern, who has struggled to really get involved in the game, Josh Redfern, and I wonder whether we might see a few more of those quick balls over the top to give him a bit of a chance. A lovely flick through there from Burfoot, well intercepted from Sabo, because that was looking dangerous there, and Redfern looking for that return. Here's Duncan, wide, knocking it to Schnell. Duncan, the goal scorer, back to Garriga, or Garriga Gibert. It's a great name. That's a lovely ball. Oh, and Zach Zorosic had already played the pass before the ball came to him and missed it. But you could see what he was trying to do. He was trying to play a first time through for Redfern. Christian Gray back to the ever busy with his feet, that is again, Daniel Drake. And Reed Drake calling for Sabo to knock it back, but he's gone to his brother instead. A little chip up there to Hoyle. That was a lovely little ball. Beautifully held up from Hoyle, who's strong, and he couldn't quite get it. And Milicic in there for the interception, but now we've got Kingsley Sinclair trying to get away. Kalua inside to Drake. In a little bit of possession, but not quite. That final pass is just not there at the moment for Eastern Suburbs. And Grieve looking to turn to get away. Kalua did really well there. Now Zorosic, can he control it this time? He does. Snell is pointing for it, but it's not gone there. That's not the ball, young man. You wanted the one on outside the right there, knocking it into the right-hand side of the area where Snell was pointing and running. But to be fair, I think the wind naturally carries it in that way. Although it's really hard to tell because it's so swirly here, isn't it, Bonnie?
I can't really tell which team right now has the advantage with the conditions.
And the battle between Crom and Hoyle continues. Crom's drifted out, and it almost looks as if he's been given to him. Here's a chance now for Sinclair. Oh, but he trod on the ball, and Milicic does a good job of covering. Zorosic to Garriga. Back from Redfern to Garriga again. Burfoot wanted to put his foot on the ball and slow it down, but he's beautifully opened up a bit of space for Zorosic. Nice feet from Zorosic, and a beautiful first-time ball swept out, switching the play out to the left. Duncan now attacking. He can have a crack for a second one, but no danger of beating Daniel Drake from that distance. And that wind is definitely picking up. You may be able to hear it through the I feel like I'm in a wind tunnel. And again, it's just that last ball, Bonnie, that Eastern Suburbs can't quite seem to get it together. And that's not to sort of decry the good defending from Waitakere, but it does look as if Crom has been given the job of looking after Hoyle. You notice he drifted over here when he was on the right hand side, and Leon Vandenhoven drifted in, and it looks as if Crom's been given almost a man-to-man marking job of you keep an eye on the was it the bald horse? The
bald horse. You know, you might be right there. He has been sticking with him throughout the game. And
goal kick there. No, he's been given the corner, so it must have come off Crom last. He's doing a good job. It's not a job I'd fancy doing, marking him on the way he's playing today. But
yeah, they're putting us in a bit of trouble down there.
Another really swirling wind. Corner to Eastern Suburbs. Oh, bit of acrobatics. Oh, and it's come off the crossbar. And I think that was Kingsley Sinclair there. The ball knocked down by Christian Gray, and I think it was Kingsley Sinclair there, and gets it, and just that looked as if it was going in. He was stretching. I think he did well to get a shot on target there.
I think a little deflection there off Waitakere centre over the crossbar.
It might well have done, and it did look as if there was a little bit of a deflection. But a good effort from Sinclair to get a shot goal bound on that, and almost bringing them level, because he was at full stretch. Adam Thomas now looking to launch another Eastern Suburbs attack, but that's about the closest they've got so far, and it was from a set piece. At the moment, set pieces look like the best opportunity, because is he offside there? Yeah, thought he was.
Called it, Miles.
Drifted back. I've got a direct link to the line. He tells me, the assistant referee. I keep calling him linesman. I should call him that, should I, nowadays? But he just drifted back from an offside position to pick that one up. There we go. So it's Bright out to Sabo. Yeah, you don't want to be passing it back there, young man. Gives it to Christian Gray, who's giving him a bit of support there. That's a lot of pressure here, a lot of pressure. They're playing with fire at the back here. It's enjoyable to watch as a spectator, but I don't know how Arnie Edwards is feeling in the Eastern Suburbs box. But you're saying that, they're encouraging that sort of football, and as long as you keep getting away with it.
Yeah, no, it is the way to play down here at Eastern Suburbs, but under that much pressure, I'm not sure.
Now Zorosic again, lovely bit of play from Vandenhoven to set Zorosic away. Oh, there's a bit of naughtiness there. They've kept that in. Oh, that to me could well have been a penalty. It wasn't the worst of fouls, but to me there was contact in the area there, and if Schnell had gone down with more aplomb and had a bit more Latin blood in him, he might well have picked up a penalty there, or he might have been booked because the referee didn't think it was a foul. So Sabo back to Christian Gray, and again the old routine starts again. With Drake looks up, he's looking for his brother. No, he's not going to pass it to him. He's back to Sabo. Thurston has dropping a bit deeper to pick that one up, and a lovely turn there from Sinclair. Can he get inside Duncan? Duncan gets back and just does enough to stop him. That's a poor one there from Burfoot. Ooh, foot high there, but maybe referee deciding that both of them had the feet high. Garriga through to Schnell. Redfern's going, but he's run offside. He's run offside. Now which side is he going? Now he's going to do it. What's he going to have a crack? And scores. young Redfern. He did well there to drop back, and that was a great finish there into the far corner. Drake's looked solid today, but he came back there, didn't he? If you look at the replay, he knew, and what a lovely finish there, right into that far corner. But he came back, Bonnie. You could see he was offside, and it stilted the attack. And you thought, oh, they've lost that moment of surprise. But Redfern finished. I think they'll be disappointed, Eastern Suburbs, to concede that.
You know, it was a great finish by Redfern there, and also a great run by Dane Schnell. But yeah, I'm wondering why Daniel didn't use his feet. He's used his feet all match. But possibly could have just slid along and got a nick to it, but not today.
If you hear some tears, and that is Bonnie, because they're 2-0 down at home. And she's an Eastern Suburbs girl at heart now, moved up from Wellington.
I've got faith in them for the comeback.
And Garriga, that far post again, and Duncan, this time good positioning from Drake. He manages to snuff out the danger. And Eastern Suburbs desperate now at 2-0 down to get back into this game. But I've got to say, I think, Bonnie, that probably on the overall sort of run of play, 2-0 may be a bit of an exaggeration, but I think Waitakere are well worth the lead.
I agree with you. I think, Waitakere have earned the points on the board so far, and all we can hope is Hawani gives them a talking to at half time and come out stronger.
We've seen a lot of these games switch around this season. Sabo pushing well forward now, and he might need to get back. Burfoot finds Duncan. He's got Grieve outside him. Grieve's been relatively quiet. He's dropped deep and working. But Redfern's had a reasonably sort of quiet game, and that was his first real opportunity on goal, and he took it really well. Hoyle again, who's worked manfully for nothing. I don't know whether Thurston would have been offside there. It would have been a great opportunity had he gone through. And a free kick here on the Burfoot, not happy. Sam Burfoot, the Waitakere skipper, disputing the call with the referee. I don't think he'll change his mind. He's made sure that Adam Thurston has gone to the correct position to take it. Taken quickly, Reed Drake. Now to Robbie Sabo. Back inside to Bright. Lovely cut inside from Bright. Now finds Drake, who's looking for, I think it'll be Thomas up on the outside there. He's done exceedingly well. Drilled it in, but not quite there. But Thurston having a go, and he's dropped it. Can Hoyle turn? And he's placed it over. You wouldn't believe that. He's worked so hard all day. Gets the opportunity. To be fair to him, he had to do a bit of dancing around first, and may not have quite been on balance when he let it go. But Nick Draper will be disappointed that he let that one slip out of his hands, because that was a chance there. And the skipper for Eastern Suburbs, Adam Thomas, did really well down there. I thought he'd knocked it too far and it was going to run out of play.
It was a great play then by Adam Thomas, Adam Thurston, and then Stephen Hoyle, but just those finishing touches that we're missing today from Suburbs.
And Schnell getting more and more involved in this game. Zoricic knocks it wide now to Redfern. Tries to get a little nip back in, but Christian Gray's there to cut it out. But Redfern again battling away. Get up, he says. And the free kick. Redfern desperately hoping when he heard the whistle that it was a penalty, but it was actually a free kick against him, and a little bit of gentle push and shove there. He's quite a feisty little bugger, this Campbell Strong, isn't he, Bonnie?
He is, and goes after his name, I suppose, but he's super young, but yet so much experience playing in this ISPS Handa Premiership League, so...
And like you say, he was on the bench last week, so he'll be looking to make an impression. He's certainly done that so far. And Schnell looking for the thing as Redfern again. What a strike and what a save. Admittedly straight at him, but you've got to have strong hands, and that could have been a danger. In fact, I think Redfern, if he mishits that, he probably scores.
Could have been 3 then. Could have been 3 very easily.
And well done. I like strikers who don't muck around and get a quick go. There's a bit of debating going on. There's arguing about something. Sam Burfoot's not happy with the referee. I think they're still maybe talking about a decision that was a little bit of a while ago. He's not going to change his mind, Sam. He's not going to change his mind. Oh, mind you, they do nowadays, don't they? If they go to the side and have a little look at the screen, and then they do change their mind. So
they can.
Yeah.
It's not uncommon, but
not when there's no screens. Duncan has chipped this one into a strong breeze. Kalua with a good clearance. Thurston trying to. Oh, there's a chance here. Crom, and it's out wide now to Duncan. Tries to whip it in, but that was very well blocked, and that needed to be blocked as well from Sean Bright. Oh, I think that might be a free kick.
That'll be a free kick.
And Burfoot, will that make Burfoot happy now that he's got a decision from the referee? I don't think so, because it meant a little bit of pain for him to get a free kick here now. So Burfoot and Garriga are going to. You wonder whether someone's going to have a poke from here. I'd imagine. I think it's worth a dig.
With this kind of wind, why not?
Yeah, very much so. Are you a free kick specialist, Bonnie?
I'd like to think so.
Yeah.
I think that's one of my stronger points, but
there you go.
That's probably the only thing on the pitch. So.
Although at the moment he looks as if Burfoot's decided he's maybe a little bit too far out. Although he did this, there was a game last week where it looked as if he was going to do the old chip in, and he actually gave it a crack. So top right hand corner, what do you reckon?
Top right hand?
Yeah, from where we are, so keeper's left.
I'm thinking left. No? Wall.
Oh, and Garriga having his crack because he was not allowed to. A minute or so played of referee's time. Eastern Suburbs 0, Waitakere United 2. Goals from Duncan in the 15th and Josh Redfern in the 42nd minute. A game really, Bonnie, just quickly, that probably is the score's reflective of the game. Definitely
reflective, but I don't think it's time to call it just yet. I'm expecting the Lily Whites to come out firing this second half.
Hills Farm in Koimaramara, Auckland. Eastern Suburbs 0, Waitakere United 2. allowed to smile, Bob, aren't you? You're allowed to smile. You're smiling inside. I know, mate. Jack Duncan. I'm surprised he scored that.
Yeah, I got it.
Especially with you being in the shade of the scaffolding as well. The wind is
Yeah.
yeah.
The sun is
God.
No, they're playing white at home down. That's the way.
Oh, really?
to swim.
To swim.
No, no,
That's what you do there, you swim. I've been wanting to get into those ruins, but they've technically fenced it off.
Jump around.
I know. I'm like, nah.
Do you know North Head?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I went there with my friends, and then we didn't realise that the pedestrian gate was at 10, and we were up there at 12.
No.
I think the security was doing a sweep, but we ran away from the security. So, and then I'd work the next day as well. And so when I went back down to the gate, it was locked, so I was like, fuck. So I had to jump it, but the fence had those like spikes.
Oh, yeah.
So you did pay yourself.
No sense, no. I did use that to
In North Head?
yeah. Well,
Wait, for you think what?
geography.
Oh, okay. I didn't take photography. Any.
No.
I should have taken it. Yeah. Not really. Would have been better than physics or something.
Yeah.
I took physics, chemistry, economics,
Oh,
media studies. That's about it. Media production, I think.
oh, media production.
Yeah.
Oh, that sounds fancier than media studies.
Yeah, you don't do all the essays. Or well, you do one essay and then you
Yeah,
just
that's it.
write scripts.
Ah,
And then you make.
yeah, they should do that. And, yeah, and master's studies, so you do genre essay.
I don't know why I do fucking physics and chemistry. Physics and chemistry.
I bailed out.
I didn't take English. I hated English, so I liked maths way more.
I did primarily English subjects actually, because I did media.
You also got the wind going that way, so you'll carry to you. So.
Oh, trust me, anything, I can yell at anybody.
I what? Share with me, won't you?
Welcome back to Medill's Farm here in Koimarama, Auckland, for the second half of the ISPS Handa men's Premiership game between Eastern Suburbs and Waitakere United. Waitakere United, the away side, surprisingly 2-0 up at half-time. Surprisingly maybe before the game, but maybe not so surprising on the play. A couple of substitutions for Eastern Suburbs. Alongside me in commentary, Bonnie Jansen. A couple of substitutions.
Yeah, a couple of substitutions. Probably could have called that. These two that have come on also replaced Campbell and Kingsley last weekend. So good to see them out there, and hopefully they can make a change to the scoreline.
So we've got Daniel Edwards has come on in replace of Campbell Strong, who I thought had a rumbustious and pretty physical, committed first half. And Kingsley has been replaced by
Ryan Fruit.
So you've got to remember, give me the surname, see, because everyone out there doesn't know who Ryan is.
Right.
Okay.
Yep.
There we
onto
are.
it.
And Daniel Edwards straight onto the ball. And Adam Thomas back to, who's wearing a different shirt there. It's quite an interesting one. Shouldn't he be wearing number 4? And he's got number 32 on there. Our dear friend Kelvin Kalua at the back has got number 32 on, so we better keep an eye on that one. He's still got the number 4 shorts. Maybe the number 32 shorts didn't fit him.
Perhaps a bit of
blood or
yeah.
Sweat and tears. Maybe tears because they were 2-0 down. So these substitutions have been made before, you say, so it's a expected. You almost predicted it, didn't you, at half-time when you saw that there was going to be changes. You predicted the two that were going to happen.
Yeah, I'm a bit surprised about Campbell. I as well thought he had a good game. Campbell strong in the midfield, but yeah, anything right now to change the scoreline for the Lily Whites. You know, got to make those changes. Daniel Edwards though has had a great season so far, so I'm sure he'll.
He looks like a solid sort of player. Physically strong, looks like it, and low centre of gravity.
Last weekend against the Wellington Phoenix, he linked up really well with Hoyle and Thurston up the top, so hopefully we see that again today.
Yeah, Stephen Hall had a strong game and helped create chances for his teammates. He then finally got one himself and unfortunately blazed it over from a few yards out. Edwards now has got Adam Thomas, his skipper, well wide, calling for it, and if your skipper calls for it, you give it to him. Taking him on here, and he's going for that little routine again, and can't quite get there this time. That's where that chance came that Sinclair hit the crossbar with, was from a similar run there. This time he didn't quite manage to keep the ball in. Looking around, it doesn't look like there's been any changes for the Waitakere side, but 2-0 up. And looking reasonably comfortable. And here's Hoyle through to Thurston. Oh, what a goal. What an absolute strike. I was looking up there thinking, is he going to have a go or is he not going to have a go? And I'll pass it over to you, Bonnie, because you're very excited. What a great finish.
I am very excited. Adam Thurston, you can see that Manchester United experience there, and it's not the first time he's finish a shot like that, so good on him and good to be back on the board. Yeah, well, that's thrown the cat amongst the pigeons straight away. I suppose Hoyle technically gets an assist there, but I've often thought if you pass to someone like that and they hit a shot like that and score a goal like that, no one should get the assist. Grieve now battling back. Great clearance and brave clearance from Kalua. They're desperately needed. And Robbie Sabo down that left side, kicking out a throw to a Waitakere. But Thurston, he was standing still. He placed that. He got an amazing power for no run up. The ball wasn't moving. Often if the ball's moving forward, it's easier to get a bit more purchase on the ball. But he was standing still basically, and just beautifully curled it into the right-hand corner. Yeah, no, Thurston's a player, you just cannot give him that much time. He's going to finish those opportunities, but I mean that was pretty unreal.
Christian Gray clearing now, and are we going to see a change? Oh, Thurston, so he's going to chip the keeper. I thought he was going to. Back to Hoyle. Oh, thought they were going to repay the compliment there with Thurston passing to Hoyle this time. But a corner, and this is suddenly changed. Now, you predicted at half-time that it was going to turn around from 2-0 down to 4-2 up to Eastern Suburbs, wasn't it? And I thought maybe you'd been in the bar or something at half-time and got a little bit of Dutch courage. But momentum has changed already, you can see it.
Well, I say we almost just saw another equaliser, so if we can score early again and equalise, then, you know,
it's all on.
Anything can happen.
Goal kick here, nothing really coming from the corner. That really was a cracking goal.
Goal of the week, do you reckon?
It's got to be there or thereabouts. It's got to be there or thereabouts. The goal of this game, definitely. I mean, it was a good finish from Redfern, but I'd give that one a better one. He looked like he was further out and had a lot more to do, especially with the lack of sort of movement to score that goal. Well, that's a lovely ball through, but can Foyts get on the end of it? No, but Leon van den Hoven has cleared it. Zoricic down that far side, knocking it down, then intercepted before Redfern could get there. Back to Sabo now, and Christian Gray. And here we see, as we saw in the first half, Damian Drake getting a lot of the ball. All Thurston could have hurt himself there. We've got to be careful. Garriga on the charge. It's Redfern again. He's already scored one. Oh, he's going to be a bit disappointed with that. It was almost like he didn't look up. He just thought, I'll just hit it. Had he looked up, he would have seen where Grieve was and the amount of space that he had, and maybe put in a better cross.
Yeah, possibly, although I'm a big fan of the back post run, and I think Waitakere there should have had someone on the end of that.
And here we go, we see the battle that's been going on all day between Andrew Crom and Stephen Hoyle, and Hoyle again has got nothing out of that. He's been absolutely poleaxed. And we noticed, didn't we, in the first half, Bonnie, that Crom seems to be doing a man-marking job for most of the time on Hoyle.
He's done well.
That's a decent throw there into the win from Milicic. Kalua getting a head to it though. Foyts through, almost a rebound there, and things not quite going so swimmingly at the moment for Waitakere. Here we go again, that ball's running away, but he's made it this time. He's kept it in well. Very, very hard. He's got the corner out of that though, has Reed Drake. I think he did really well there to get some purchase on it, because that ball just held up and he almost had to sort of bend his body backwards to get a touch, but he's managed to get a corner. So another set piece for Eastern Suburbs, who are all over Waitakere like a rash, the old proverbial rash at the moment.
Perhaps, Miles, there is a wind advantage, and it's in Eastern Suburbs' favour this half.
Edwards knocking it back into the area, and anywhere will do there from Millicent. Just get it out and regroup and get a breather. I must admit, I thought that Hoyle had a case for a free kick earlier there. Sabo. You're going the wrong way, young man. Knocked inside here. Edwards plays it first time to Kalua. Thomas made the run, but then checked it. Cuts inside, looking for someone. It's Ryan Foyt's moving all around across that front line. He's not sticking to any particular spot by the look of things at the moment. Poor bit of control there from Drake. Van den Hoven on a charge. And he's skipped away. He's looking around. Don't look around. Just keep going until you hear the whistle. Had a little too. Expected a free kick there. Whipped in, but just over the top of Dane Schnell. And now Thurston through the Hoyle. Just his touch was a little bit heavy there, although to be fair to him, was pinged at him a little bit. And lovely again from Hoyle. Inside, he's cutting inside. Drake is turning, twisting. You wonder why he didn't have a ping there. He looked like he wanted too many touches. Oh, dearie me. What an effort again. He's going to try it further and further away. I think, let's look for another one from halfway now from Thurston.
Adam Thurston, where was this in the last 45?
Well, as long as he's brought it at some stage of the game, that was another fantastic effort. And I think that Nick Draper's going to start having nightmares now in the Waitakere goal. Foyt's being held off well there by Jack Duncan, but Hoyle has won it back. Thomas, he's nutmegged him, and beautifully strong. Surely there's someone there to finish. And that has got to be, I don't know how much you get fined at Eastern Suburbs for missing an absolute sitter. And he's going to be really gutted there, Ryan Foyts, because he had an open goal.
Kicking himself, absolutely kicking himself.
Well, he would kick himself if he wouldn't miss when he kicked himself. But so well done there, and beautifully opened up by Eastern Suburbs.
They've just come out firing, haven't they?
It's one-way traffic at the moment, and Waitakere are probably going to have to start playing this sort of long ball and just getting their two front men away, just to give them a bit of a respite. Again, Christian Gray winning it. Hoyle trying to, now Hoyle has bobbled away for him. Oh, that's got to be a free kick this time. I don't think there was anything malicious in that. He may get a card here, maybe just a talking to.
Now Reed Drake usually takes these for Eastern Suburbs, but looks like they're giving it to Adam Thurston after
I'm not
the last.
surprised. I'd give him goal kicks, everything. Yeah, I think Crom's on his last warning there. There's been a battle, but to be fair, I mean, Hoyle's just got up. He's not. I don't think there was anything malicious there. I just think Hoyle got there first and nicked it away from him. Thurston now, who's almost single-handedly brought them back level, but it's 2-1 still. He's hit the crossbar as well. Can he find someone's head here? Thomas running at the far post, Kalua and Gray in the middle, and you've got to wonder whether that was an attempt on goal and he just missed it, because surely you're not going to hit across that poorly.
The power was there, but not quite the accuracy.
Started believing his own publicity there, but after his last couple of efforts, who can blame him?
You're right, Miles, you're right.
Yeah, the wind's swirly. It does seem to be favouring Eastern Suburbs, but I don't think it didn't look that much of a favourable wind in that first half.
No, it didn't. Waitakere definitely had the advantage, wind or not, in that first half. They had an outstanding 45, so yeah, but it has picked up a bit.
I think what's really picked up is the intensity of this Eastern Suburbs side, and I think it's obviously helped by a superb goal there, and it's lifted everyone's spirits. But they're a little bit backs to the wall at the moment, Waitakere, and looking desperately for a bit of play there. Garriga manages to deflect it off of Sabo for a throw for Waitakere. They're looking for some sort of lift to get them back in, get a toehold back into this. They're still in the lead, obviously, but back into this game at the moment, because the way it's going, if it carries on like this, they're not going to be in the lead for long. Milicic at the back there, unfortunately, looks a little bit too much like his old man. Thomas, was there a handball there? No, we'll let it go. Kalua nipping out of the way. And Drake having all the time in the world to look for Hoyle up front. Drake in the midfield, the other Drake having a little run, flat-footed Foyts there a little bit. He was expecting the one, so I think Drake just lost control of it a little bit and had to snatch it a pass. Thomas that was the one. I think Drake could be disappointed in himself there, because you could see he was almost begging it. Thomas, he was almost telegraphing it that's where he was going to put it. It was the place that the ball should have gone. But Drake flat-footed and couldn't take advantage of it. And Thomas creating quite a bit of havoc now. He did it a couple of times in the first half, but he seems to be even more and more into the game now.
Yeah, I think the wind is slightly coming this way, and Thomas is exceptional at getting out wide and stretching that pitch as best he can. So, yeah, I think they're using it. Perhaps that was Hoani in the changing rooms at half-time, forcing that change.
Sabo winning that challenge back to Graham. They seem to be more comfortable on the ball now. They're knocking it around a lot more and looking far more in control. The commentator's curses falls over and gives them all away. No, he doesn't. Oh, that was a little bit late from Redfern there, but I don't think there's any malicious intent. And as most often the case in this part of the world, people just get up and read Drake, just getting up and getting on with it, which we like to see. Gray now back to Drake. And it's the second time. Maybe he thinks that Leon's still playing for Eastern Suburbs. That's twice he's just pinged it straight to his head. Edwards now looking wide. He's got Thomas again on the outside of him. You don't even need to look or know. You just know he's going to be there. Oh, doesn't want to use his left foot there on that one, but Edwards is quite happy to. Oh, here comes Draper dominating the area. And straight out to Garriga. Now this is what they need to do, Waitakere, if they're to reassert their dominance in this game. And that's not the way to do it. Edwards now with a bit of time lays it wide to Thomas, back to Kalua, and inevitably back to Drake. Well, it's just a nice simple pass this time, not trying to beat anyone with it. Oh, here we go. All right. Back there, both sides, making everyone feel at home. There he is. He's going to push himself a little bit forward, and oh, a nice little chippy one there. He's looking for Sabo, but Gray picks it up. Oh, and he's giving it away now. Here's an opportunity here, 3-on-3. They can get away. Oh, just tried to cut it back there, Garriga, but just not. Oh, it was Snell. Sorry, I'm getting it wrong. Oh, no, it was Garriga. I was right. Snell's out on this side. But tried to cut it back to the right-hand side, but couldn't get it past the Eastern Suburbs defence. Thurston again. Here he's on the charge. Oh, strong challenge there, but Cromin strong as well. Oh, there's no half measures going on here. I'm glad I'm sitting in the commentary box. Foyts again. He'll be disappointed again. That poor little touch there, giving it away. Grieve, who's a hard worker, the Waitakere number 11, but he hasn't managed to really get himself, impose himself on this game as he can do. Some strong physical challenges going in from Eastern Suburbs and from both sides really, Bonnie, in this half.
Yeah, there have been, and I think even the referees have had a bit of a half-time talk, and they're letting it play a bit more this half, which is great to see.
A lot more. I mean, there would have been 5 sending offs in that first half with the way that they were refereeing it, but they're letting it go. And just as we say they're letting it go, they pull it up.
Of course.
Vandenhoven taking his time. I say taking his time. He strolled back to it and then took it quickly. I thought they might have taken their time and just sort of get a bit of a breather going. That was a lovely ball there, over the top. Just cutting inside, but just can't. Zorosic there just couldn't quite get control of the ball, and the opportunity goes missing. Thurston. I think Burford almost tackled himself there, Sam Burford. He's looking at the referee. Redfern, little flick. Can he hit one for Grieve over the top? No. Pulls it back. Burford now just taking his time. He's having a look, and Redfern made a run but wasn't picked up. Here's Jack Duncan. A little chip over the top for Grieve, who's in now. Beautiful touch. Can he get inside? Twisting, turning. That's a beautiful fall through for Snell. What a save. Using his feet, as you mentioned there, Daniel Drake. But what a lovely through ball from Grieve, and Snell nearly on the score sheet, making a third for Waitakere.
That was a great play there for Waitakere, and yeah, Eastern Suburbs would have been very worried. Well,
you asked Daniel Drake to use his feet, didn't you? And he did that time.
Yeah, he's listening to me up here in the commentary.
It's amazing. You look at the top keeper, like the likes of David De Gea, uses his feet more than his hands sometimes. It's all part of the goalkeeper's armoury. I'd have to be in traction for 6 weeks if I tried to save anything like that. Vandenhoven heading it goal bound. I think Drake had it covered. And it's Grieve now. And Kalua's got him this time. He got turned inside out before, but not this time. You're not getting away with that twice. And Sam Burfoot just saying, right, let's just get rid of that one for a while and slow it down for a bit. And Reed Drake back to Thomas. To Daniel Drake. And Milicic up there. Oh, what a great bit of strength again from Stephen Hoyle, playing a 1-2 with Ryan Fuchs. Edwards not quite there. Robbie Sabo. Edwards again knocking it inside to Fuchs, who's quite happy to drop deep. And happy to go all the way back as well. Looking comfortable. We haven't had the heart attacks that you had in the first half with Daniel Drake so far, have we?
No, we are looking a bit more comfortable in the back there. But we just need some more goals.
And Thurston trying to flick it on but not quite winning it. Burfoot, we're looking for a free kick there. Got a bit of an elbow in the back from Drake. Thomas having a look. He's contemplating a little chip into the middle, but wasn't there. And Bright to Edwards. And Sabo on the overlap there. Yeah, they're getting a lot of touches on the ball. And again, Waitakere need to, looks like they're going to make a substitution, Waitakere. Here's Grieve, not quite making it through, cleared by Christian Gray, and Edwards got plenty of time in the middle of the park. Knocking it up to Thurston, the goal scorer for Waitakere, with a cracker from about, I don't know, 23, 24 yards out. I always use it in old money, not meters, it's got to be yards. Substitution coming up shortly. Regent Marathi looks like he'll be coming on, and I'd imagine he'll take maybe Jack Duncan's place, unless they're going to switch things around a bit. Drake, and here, look at this charge on the outside from Thomas. It doesn't get the ball, and this time it's Hoyle who gets penalised. I don't think he'll be too happy when he looks up and sees that. He's been waiting for one all day. No, it's not. It's going to be Zoricic that comes off. Oh, that's fair enough. I'm looking the wrong way round. Of course he's going to go around the right-hand side. I forgot they changed ways at half-time, Bonnie. See, this has happened when you get senile like me. So Marathi looks like he's coming on for Zoricic. I think Zoricic's had a reasonable game. He's been eager. Marathi brings a bit of experience with him, though, and has been a starter before this season. And on that wide right-hand side, there's been plenty of opportunities for Eastern Suburbs. None better than Ryan Fuchs, really, with an open goal in front of him, who somehow managed to blaze it wide. Thurston's also hit the crossbar, as well as scoring a screamer. Hit the crossbar from even further out than he was before. And Jack Duncan is back on and fit, and Marathi having a bit of a run. And the far side just come on. Burfoot, he may start getting a bit more involved going forward, but he's given it all away cheaply there, and this could cause a few problems for Waitakere at the back. Thurston's wide. Bright tries to go on his own. You should have passed it, young man. You should have passed it. He had players either side of him, and you could see him trudging back. Thurston's trudging back, and they'll be looking around thinking, "Oh, you shouldn't be doing that."
No, he should have passed it there. You could even hear Hoani Edwards, head coach, screaming at him.
It was definitely there, wasn't it, Bonnie? It was a pass was on, and they had him running. And when you're chasing back like that as a defender, it's really hard. You're vulnerable. You know, any slight change of direction from the guy with the ball, the forwards, ball's played in behind you. You know, you're facing your goal and you're trying to clear things, can always cause problems. Good call down the line it went. Good tackle from Burfoot there, stopping Edwards from getting away. Adam Thomas letting the ball boy throw the ball to him because it's a big moment. He could have picked the other one up, but no, let the ball boy do it. That's what his big moment of the day. Good challenge in there from Jack Duncan, winning the ball of Edwards. It's knocked over the top. Oh, lovely bit of football composure there from Drake, taking the ball down and knocking it out. He's like, with his feet. He's had a great game today. Burfoot now. Duncan, they're just going to try and slow the game down a little bit here, Waitakere. They're still in the lead 2-1. They were 2-0 up at half time. Almost the first minute of the second half. Thurston, who's just won the ball there with a huge challenge. I think Duncan just switched off a little bit there. Fuchs turning. Hoyle out on the left at the moment. Fuchs through the middle. And Murati on the run is going to hit one left-footed. And just, well, when I say just wide, we'll probably look at the replay and it was miles wide. But another moment of a few heart flutters for the Eastern Suburbs defence. You wouldn't want to go 3-1 down, would you, Bonnie?
No, my heart definitely fluttered just then. No, 3-1 would not be a good look.
I don't think left is his natural foot, but he gave it a good go, which is good to see. At least he had a go because it was, the shot was on from the left foot.
If there was a back post runner, it would have been all over it.
I don't know if there's anyone on the park who's covered more ground than Adam Thomas today. What do you reckon, Bonnie?
I believe he's the fittest in the club, I heard, a rumour. So, you're probably right. No one's covered as much ground as him today.
He still might have a little bit more to do if he's going to get his side back into this game. He's proved a bit of a thorn in the side for Waitakere down this right-hand side and created multiple chances. And Garriga skipping past, being challenged back there by Bright, who's picked it up well. Looked up, seen Thurston, brought it down nicely there, Thurston, but there's no one outside him. You may have to play it back. He's turning again, and Milicic stuck to him. Kalua playing out of defence now, back to Gray. It's Drake out to Sabo. I think Foyt should have made the run there. I don't know why he doesn't make those runs. There's a lovely run down that left-hand side if he wanted it. A lot of space in behind behind that three-man Waitakere defence. Over the top now. Can Hoyle get on the end of this? Oh! Offside, and he's Stephen Hall's looking at him saying, acknowledging what a good ball it was through. He did well. Draper came out and smothered the attempted lob. But he's been desperate for the opportunity. He's had a couple today.
It's coming.
Hoyle.
I can feel it coming.
You can feel it
yeah.
in your water?
Yeah.
Garriga trying to play one down the line to Grieve. There's a good tackle from Vandenhoven, who's had a solid game there at the back in an unaccustomed position for him. Burfoot, I think he tried to dummy the referee, but the referee was right on top of him there. Handball. Thurston to Drake. Thomas, as usual, out here wide, but Drake's deciding to have a run. There's a gap opening up for him there, and Burfoot back to two number 10s battling with each other, and again a corner. And he's a bit annoyed there with his Reed Drake. He reckons he should be getting a booking for Burfoot there for kicking the ball away. And now it comes back to slow the game down even more. And Eastern Suburbs are desperate to get on with this game. They're the side that's down. There's 17 minutes of normal time left in this game, and even more time getting wasted there now. So that's going to not put Reed Drake in a very good mood.
Yellow card there for Sam Burfoot, who kicked the ball away. I don't think that's the first time he's done that this match.
No, he's been a bit of a running battle with the referee, and you start getting sort of brownie points taken off of you. Oh, just wouldn't drop there for Kalua. And someone down. There is it, Vandenhoven. getting up a bit gingerly. But seems okay to go. Yeah, Burfoot probably deserving of a booking there. But he has, when you start arguing with a referee, and trust me, I talk from many, many years of experience with it happening, you know that when the moment comes, you're liable to get no favour from him. And quite rightly so. You've got to, if you live by the sword or the mouth, you've got to die by the mouth. And Burfoot there, kicking the ball away, just wasted time and quite rightly booked. Thomas again going another one of those jaunts down the side. Drake Edwards not quite winning there. Burfoot managed to get his foot in. Played advantage. See, look, you see, he's at him again. I know as a skipper he's got the right to talk to him, but he's starting to get a bit scratchy there. And you wouldn't think that he was a skipper of a side that's 2-1 up.
No, I know. There's just sometimes no point bothering with the referee. I mean, they very rarely change their decision, and I mean, I'm the first one to give a ref tongue in cheek, but
there's 2 substitutions now for a Waitakere coming on. Coming off is Jack Duncan, who's going to be replaced by, let me have a quick look on the old sheet down here, Nicholas Zambrano. So Duncan replaced by Zambrano, and it looks like Sammy Khan is going to come on for, I'd imagine, is it Milicic?
Redfern.
Is it Redfern? Whoa, they're really going, they're sitting back, so maybe, no, Zambrano's going up front, there we go, and so that's an interesting one. So Sammy Duncan's going to play down this left-hand side. Okay, now we've got that one. Sammy Khan, there we go. Taking Jack Duncan's place. So Sammy Khan on and Zambrano on for Redfern. I haven't seen Zambrano, so I'll be interested. I think he was formerly at Team Wellington. And even those little substitutions slow things down a little bit. And just try and break up any momentum that Eastern Suburbs have got. They looked as if they were just going to, draw level quickly and then go on and win it, but it's sort of slowed down a little bit for them now.
It has slowed down a bit. Waitakere just counting down those minutes till that final whistle. Still a bit of time though left on the clock for an equaliser and or a winner.
Well, yeah, you did say it was 4-2, so you've got a few more goals to get there yet in the remaining 13 and a half minutes. Thomas again, he's got lots of space out here. Sammy Khan with him. He's got to look after him now. They're looking, waiting for the run. Knocks it in. Edwards flicks it through. And Foyt's again. And a penalty. And it looks there, and Foyt's go through again. Hoyle involved in the interplay.
I'm just watching
and
this.
I'm just wondering who's put. There's obviously been a. Yes, you could see it as a sweeping hand there from Sammy Khan, who's just come on, and they're asking there's debating going on there. I don't think you can debate that it was a handball. Looking at the replay there, as he's falling, his arm swung across it, but was it deliberate? And this is, we're going to see now what colour card is. Surely there's got to be a card coming out, or is he just going to say it was an accidental one and we're punishing you enough with the penalty? And no, it looks like he's going to get away with it. I didn't see a card out there. Did you see one?
No, I didn't see one. I was actually watching this assistant Lino. It looked like he was about to call an offside, but
Foyt's looked as if he may have been offside, but here we go, Hoyle. And smack into the corner. And Draper picked the right way, but you're not going to save those ones. That was a very good penalty there from Stephen Hoyle, and all his hard work that he's put in today has been rewarded. Yeah, he's earned that.
2 to go.
Yeah, with 2 to go for your prediction. Yeah, so 70. We'll call that 79th minute. We'll call that the equaliser there. Stephen Hoyle, who's worked very, like the horse that he's nicknamed after today, the bald horse, equalises. 11 minutes to go. Now this is fascinating now. Schnell, Dane Schnell, trying to whip it in. Zambrano in the middle. And the ball's gone out. Sabo couldn't keep that one in. And poor old Sammy Khan has only just come on, and probably lucky to get away without a card, but I think that the referee's taken the view that he was falling over and his arms just sort of flailed, although if he'd have been a goalkeeper he couldn't have done it better.
No, I mean we'll take it. Handball's a handball.
Oh, lovely little flick from Gariga. Grieve has a shot, it's deflected up off of Bright. Oh, and a lovely challenge one there by Bright as well, knocking it out for Hoyle. Straight away chasing after again. He's worked, I've been very impressed with him today. He's really worked hard. And still plenty of time now for Eastern Suburbs to get the winner, as you were saying. Well, I don't think thought you were going to get the equaliser like that.
No, I thought Adam Thurston would have another. He's been pressing for one, but
he has been pressing, but the game's still young, and he's still on the park. Snell came back well and won the ball off Thurston. Marathi moving down that right touch line. Zambrano knocking it off. Oh, there's wide here. Khan is wide now. He's had a bit of an unlucky season really so far. Khan, that's not the best one. He scored a cracking own goal against Wellington Phoenix Reserves. Diving header just on the penalty spot. Trying to clear it as the ball was whipped in and ended up in the back of the net.
I think I actually saw that in the highlights.
And now he's gone and given away a penalty after being on for about a minute.
That's one way to get on the score sheet.
Reed Drake running now. He's not going to make that one there. Burfoot, can he rally his side to get back into the lead? I shouted down to Paul Hobson, the Waitakere coach. I said, "You're allowed to smile," he said at half time, and he said to me, "Another 45 minutes to go." He's obviously been involved in this game for a while.
Well, it'll be interesting to see if we get some more late goals like there have been a lot of this season in the entire league.
Oh, you certainly wouldn't count against it. I mean, you've got to say at the moment it looks more likely to be Eastern Suburbs that get the goal, but there's been the odd opportunity, and the Waitakere haven't given up on attacking intent. Everyone screaming off the Eastern Suburbs bench wanting a free kick there. Nothing doing. The referee waves them away. Calvin Berg. That was a lovely tackle there from Leon Vandenhoven. But given away very, very cheaply by Marathi. But Draper should come out and pick this one up quite easily. We have 8 minutes of normal time remaining, and well, we don't know how much referee's time there'll be. A little bit unfortunate that. I mean, you could make the argument that a back was being made. That's just to look like a strong challenge there to me from Christian Gray, but the free kick goes Waitakere's way. Another chance to launch it in, taken quickly to Burfoot from Gariga. Plays it outside to Marathi. Gariga looks like he wanted to go for a little run, but stayed inside. Couldn't get any elevation on there. Oh, lovely turn from Burfoot, and hits it first time with his left foot, but over the top. Not causing Daniel Drake in the Eastern Suburbs goal any concern. I quite like the new rule about you don't have to kick it out of the area for a goal kick. What about you, Bonnie?
No.
I know that you're a young whippersnapper only playing the game sort of, you know.
I definitely like that new rule. Being a centre back myself, it makes it a lot easier to get on the ball.
And, oh, dearie me. Again, cutting inside, and I told Foyt's wanting to make up for opportunities he's missed before. Couldn't quite get his foot round that one, and it drifted wide. You've got to hit it just spot on with this wind that's blowing around, because any slight miss hit is going to be exaggerated by the breeze. I could feel that from here. He drove that. That was a great goal kick. Oh, another chance for Thurston to grab his second there, just almost out of nowhere. He's driving it in and too high for Drake in the middle. Burfoot sprinting out, letting it go. Quick throw over the top for Khan. Yeah, they're certainly looking for the winner. I don't think they just come here for the point, Waitakere. That was a pretty innocuous challenge there, but free kick indeed, and quickly taken by Eastern Suburbs. They want to keep this momentum going. And Thurston could have had himself a hat-trick, and here he is again. Is he going to cut inside and whip one with that right foot? Just curling, just the ball a little bit behind him there.
Yeah, like you said, both sides are wanting the win today, aren't they?
Yeah, they certainly are, and it's good to see. Attacking intent. Burfoot occasionally slowing it down a little bit, just try and get a bit of composure there. Snell going for the return. Lovely ball from Zambrano. That's strong stuff from Thomas there. Gives away the corner, but cuts out any danger because he had Zambrano and Grieve making runs into the area. And Crom and Calm all coming up for this corner of Vandenhoven. There's Murati and Milicic staying back. Burfoot, we're saying that we're going for the win, but it looks like he's having a stroll around the supermarket or something like that. Oh no, he's finally putting a sort of pretend jog on now. In fact, his pretend jog is slower than when he was walking.
Might earn himself another card if he's not careful.
Yeah, you've got to be careful with that. Here we go, whips it in. Gone deep. Cleared, but it's going to come back in from Grieve, who's knocked it wide. Good block. Needed to be. There was numbers. There's 3, 4 in the area there from Garriga as he knocked that in. But another corner. Late pressure coming now from Waitakere. It looks like there's going to be another substitution. Right, you know who it is. Come on, who's it going to be, Bonnie?
I was just thinking that. Otto Ingham, I believe this is his...
you could see him. I could see him now. I could have said that.
But this is his... I think this would be his first time on the pitch this season, and I'm going to call it Stephen Hoyle. Oh, no, Adam Thurston.
Adam Thurston coming off, and young Ingham coming on for his first time this season. Another Ole Academy player. I actually heard of that. When he was a young kid, like 12, 13, he was over at Barcelona for a while in their futsal, junior futsal side.
Oh, really?
He got all excited. Apparently, Iniesta and Messi waved at him once.
There you go.
Yeah, see? What a thrill for a young kid. Can he make the difference for Eastern Suburbs? Now, if he's a futsal player, you'd imagine that he's got good feet. I'm not quite finding Snell there with that one. I think he might have been looking for Khan rather than Snell. Hoyle. I think Hoyle might have decked someone if someone had tried to take him off. I think he wants to be out there and get the winner. And here's young Ingham now, knocks it inside. Oh, lovely feet from Reed Drake. And then not so lovely feet. He did so well there, but again that wind, as soon as you miss it slightly, the cross there, he was looking for the far post, but straight to Nick Draper in the Waitakere goal. Getting another chance now. So Bonnie, if you had to pick a man of the match, who would it be?
Man of the match, I think Thurston has just, he has had a great second half, but overall I think Sean Bright has really, number 12 for Eastern Suburbs, has had a stellar performance in there, the number 6, he always does, but today it's been great.
Oh, Khan's got a chance now. Left foot, oh, lovely shot there, first time, he didn't muck around, it's his good foot, and a good save from Drake in the Eastern Suburbs goal there. That was sneaking into the top left-hand corner from where we look at it. The referee not having any of Greaves' pleas for a free kick on the edge of the area as that move built up. Garriga now to take the corner. Burfoot just on the on the edge of the area, and numbers in that 6-yard box. But cleared by Edwards. Straight didn't meet the first man. Garriga, oh, lovely feet from Burfoot, but then he sort of tackled himself, but he's got it back. Garriga, can he whip one in? No, there's no one there. Straight to Drake. He's going to have a look for the quick clearance. And Foyts has got a chance here with Milicic, and well done from Milicic there. But now Hoyle's on the burst. He's got a player outside him. You play that. Oh, it's a lovely attempted through ball, but that was so well intercepted. It's been. That was young Alex Grieve. I was looking, I think, who's got back there? That's Grieve has got all the way back there and made a tackle. That ball was through, and Hoyle's been playing those through balls all day. He's really been a great link man as well as an out-and-out striker today.
I mean, whatever the scoreline is, obviously a big Eastern Suburbs fan, but both sides have had a great game, and I think it's been a really good battle out there for the Auckland Derby.
I don't think we're going to see now how often, or 4 minutes now. 4 minutes, we're coming up to the end of normal time. 4 minutes to be added on, and that's a poor one, sliced. That was a poor free kick. And Milicic in again strongly. They've got 4 minutes. I would not be surprised to see someone get a winner in these remaining 4 minutes. And Drake did well to recover there. Edwards, he's got Thomas as ever on the outside. Is he going to have a run? He's going to take Khan on, knocks it inside. And the ball gets lost. Garriga straight at Draper there from Drake. And again, they want it as well. And Marati's is he going to go for a little run? No, he has to check inside. Ball over the top before Grieve. He can't quite control it well enough. And there's Ingham, who's only just come on. Kalua getting caught a little bit there by Zambrano, but manages to be strong enough to recover, because that could have been dangerous. There was no one behind him.
My teeth were clenched.
Yeah.
Then.
Not like that. They're screaming for him. Yeah, Thomas is outside. I don't think he needs to be told that Thomas is going to be outside him. But strong challenge there. He stood up well. Did Sammy Khan then. Drake into Hoyle. Beautifully taken down on his knee. Oh, I think there may have been a slight touch on his arm there. Bit unfortunate, but really well held up. But yeah, it did bounce onto his arm. So a free kick now to Waitakere, trying to push everyone up. Is he going to do another one of these driven mid-height balls? No, he's lofted it a little bit more this time. And Zambrano being muscled off the ball there. Oh, what a flick from Oil. What a flick from Oil. And just again. And it's... he's had a... young Foyts has had a bit of a... his touch has let him down a little bit today. That's all I'd say. He's been given a chance in the second half. He hasn't... He's been put into some situations there, Bonnie, but he hasn't quite made the most of it.
No, Ryan, he's really wanting a goal. I can see it in his demeanour, but no, he hasn't made the most of his opportunities today.
About a minute and a half left of added time. Is there time for one of these dramatic late goals that this league has thrown up this season? The old ISPS Handa Premiership has been... you can never predict the results, and you can't say the game's over until the referee blows his final whistle. 2 injury time goals today between Hamilton Wanderers and Wellington Phoenix Reserves, ending in a 1-1 draw. Edwards knocking it back. Now that's given it away. Burfoot's got a chance now to launch maybe a final attack here for Waitakere. But Marati can't get it past the first defender, Robbie Sabo. No one moving for him now. I think they're running out of steam, which is fair enough. It's been a pretty committed game in blustery conditions, and that might just about be it, although Drake is looking to launch a quick one, and why shouldn't he? Is it going to come back with interest? Burfoot now looking up, knocks it wide. Is he going to run out of time? Murati. Oh, he skipped past him. You just don't know. I mean, if you'd have carried on there, you've got 20 yards on your opponent. Now you've got to go back, and I suppose you could argue you're going to get a set piece. But a little bit disappointing there.
Yeah, no, I would have taken the advantage then and played on.
No, you would have been putting the cross in from a better angle. But here we go. Let's have a look. Oh, well out. Well out from Drake there. Murati, now can he whip one in? Out to Garriga. No control there from Zambrano. He hasn't been on the field long enough. But here we go. It's 2 against 1. Here's Drake through. Can he get a shot away? He's played it back again to Foyts. Oh, they really, I've got to say, and Youngingham nearly getting the chance, saved by Draper. But you've got to think that they've got to do better than that. It's almost like neither one of them wanted to have a go and didn't want to be the one responsible. You can see players all over the park on their haunches, sitting down, absolutely exhausted, Bonnie.
Look, everyone is just beside themselves. Even the sideline supporters don't really know what just happened then. But
fantastic, really entertaining game of football. The classic game of two halves, with Waitakere scoring twice in the first half through Duncan and Redfern, and the second half of almost after the kickoff in the second half, Adam Thurston scoring a cracker from about 24 yards out, curling it in, and then a penalty from Stephen Hoyle later on after a handball from Sammy Khan. Plenty of other opportunities in the game, but honours even here at Medill's Farm in the ISPS Handa Premiership game. Eastern Suburbs 2, Waitakere United 2.